From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Tony Ann.
On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast, do you need to get fit to go to Disney? Do you need to stay fit at Disney? Dave and I are going to discuss fitness and Walt Disney World on episode 307 of the Disney Crush Podcast. Dave.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. I'm not ready yet.
I heard you just got back from a cruise.
Yes, my first cruise. We went on our very first cruise, and it was very much a good time.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
So I saw you posted that you had worked out a couple times at the gym on the cruise ship.
I tried to make sure that I hate when I miss too many days in a row.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I figured, and I forgot when I posted that on the Puda Tigger Facebook group, that I worked out 3 of the 4 days. So that's not bad. That's not bad.
That's dedication. I'd say I'm impressed, but I actually, in those 4 days, worked out 8 times. So I'm not that impressed.
You didn't have to go there, but you did, and that's okay.
But normally, I would be very impressed.
I know.
When I go to Disney, I probably will not be working out, but we'll talk about it tonight. Because you can keep up with your fitness routines at Disney, and that's what we're going to talk about. We got a little bit of news first, though. I had guessed last week on our show that Oswald magnets were coming, and sure enough, they announced it today that Oswald magnets are coming to Epcot for annual pass holders. You have the dates, Dave?
September 20th to October 28th, I think it is.
At the Creation Shop, and, one per pass holder, and you have to have ID. And
yeah, make sure you have your driver's license. It'll go quicker. Although I didn't have my license on the last one, and I had to just pull up some Facebook stuff or something for him. He was really cool.
Yeah, but you can't guarantee
you're
going to get the cool guy.
You might get somebody a little bit crotchety.
Oswald Treats, annual pass holder exclusive. Oh, they have food. None of it looks carnivore. It's like a little cupcake. You can't see because I have the background.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah, September 20th through October 23rd at the Creation Shop.
Okay, that's it. Finally, Oswald's getting some love. Right. Cool.
And since we record 6 days before the show comes out now, which puts us at a disadvantage with news. But all of the Destination D23 stuff was announced on Saturday. So a lot of the stuff we talked about on last week's show, like the Moana opening date, we do now know it's going to be October 16th. The fireworks show at Epcot, we have an opening date for that in December. But if I know that, if you listen to the Mickey File podcast, they covered it extensively. So I don't think we need to rehash a lot of that. But you were getting ready for the cruise, so I don't know how much of it you saw.
No, I didn't see any of it.
But they really didn't announce anything that we didn't already. They told us what day Moana was opening. We knew Moana was coming. They told us that the Hatbox Ghost is coming in late November. They still haven't actually told us when. So but we already knew about that. That's not a surprise. We found out Figment was coming the next day, but we already knew Figment was coming. We've been waiting for him. So they didn't tell us anything we didn't know. Like, they didn't give us any new news. And even the stuff they said about, we did find out one thing. It's Tough to Be a Bug is being replaced by Zootopia. At Animal Kingdom, the Tough to Be a Bug movie inside the Tree of Life is being replaced by Zootopia. That is the one piece of actual new information I think we got.
Okay. And then they won't do it until next year and then tell us an opening date.
Yeah. So, and they're still talking about these pie in the sky. We're going to do something over Dino Land. We just haven't said what yet, but it might be Encanto or it might be Indiana Jones. And we're going to do something beyond Big Thunder Mountain, but we're not even going to tell you what it is. So like it's all empty promises, I think is a good word for it.
Well, whatever.
So the stuff that they actually announced was all stuff we've known about from years ago.
Yeah. Whatever they put in there is going to be at the wrong park anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Whatever they put in Dino Land should be probably at Magic Kingdom or Epcot or Hollywood Studios. They'll flub that one up too.
Yeah, I think, we'll see. But Josh was unimpressive. They had the Muppets. Okay, first of all, the show started with a big Hercules number. They did all this big Hercules rendition. They had the muses, the girls come out and sing the Hercules theme song, and they had a whole Hercules theme, and they had they just sang a lot of Hercules songs. So I thought they were going to announce a live action Hercules, but they didn't. And then they had the Muppets come out, and I thought they were going to announce some kind of Muppet attraction, but they didn't. So it was like, okay, what are we doing here?
I think this is par for the course with them of these events.
Yeah, they're just So this one was especially lackluster.
Mm-hmm. Usually is. I have noticed that it normally is.
Mm-hmm. So if you want specifics, like I said, listen to Mickey File. They go into it. They go into a detailed discussion of it. Oh, but Soarin' Over California is coming back September 22nd. When we're there, we'll get to ride Soarin' Over California again. But Dan Austin on Facebook, he posted that it's not like, it's like absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like your memories of Soarin' Over California is better than actually going to see Soarin' Over California, because he saw it at Disneyland in March when they were there for spring break. So he said it's not as great as we're remembering it is. It didn't stand the test of time.
Oh, okay.
And I commented that I went back, when Dominic became a teenager, I got all excited that I was going to share my movies with him. And I played Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. And I thought, Dom, you're going to love this movie. I love this movie so much and I couldn't get through the first 30 minutes of it. It was so bad. And I was like, I used to love this movie.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. You kind of forget.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other and party on, dude.
Party on, dude.
Maybe that's how we'll end the show from now on. So, Dave, I'm looking forward. In a few weeks, we're going to see our friends. It's getting very real.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff going on, Tony Ann. I mean, Figment, and I mean, yes, Figment.
5-hour waits
I know.
to meet Figment.
I know. Oswald Magnet and all kind of stuff.
Soarin'.
Yeah, it's all happening. It's all happening on while we're going to be there, which is pretty cool. Not just for us, because we're lucky enough we can go pretty much whenever we want, but people that are coming from, out of state and out of the, across the pond get to really experience all this really cool stuff. So that's really cool. Really good.
And the Moana previews too.
Yes, exactly. Great timing. So whoever, I was complaining about that time of year because it's going to be so friggin' hot, but whoever.
Kevin did it.
Kevin, you did it right, son. You did it right.
Yeah, it's getting real. And I've just met a couple of new people on Facebook that I've kind of invited people.
Invited what, to G3 or to the group?
Just randos. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Invite everybody. I say invite them all. Yeah. I just walk up.
There was this guy posted today in one of my pass holder groups. He lives in Port Richey, which is very, very close to me and David. And his wife just left him and took the kids and the dog. And he likes to go to Disney. He's an annual pass holder. And he's looking for some Disney friends. And I said, well, we're going to be there. There's going to be 100 of us.
Literally 100 people.
Yeah. So come on.
Yeah. Yes.
Whatever.
I just walked down the street and just with a big billboard and got the dates on there and meet us in Disney.
Oh, good. All right. Yeah.
So could be 200 people coming. I don't know.
Right. Anyway, yeah. I mean, the news, that's the news. Okay. I think anything else, it'd probably be old news by the time this comes out in 6 days. So
possibly. Yeah. Not guaranteed, but there is a possibility there.
So anyway, Dave, I don't know what I have for Facebook. Dave, I'm doing this 75 hard. I did 75 hard, and now I'm doing the Live Hard year, which is, so right now I'm in a 30-day phase, which is going to be over on Tuesday. And I have 3 critical, in addition to my exercise and eating right and reading and all that stuff I did for the last few months, I've added 3 more tasks. And one of my tasks is to delete 50 pictures from my phone every day. And as it's getting, now I'm on day 25, I'm starting to run out of pictures to delete. Like I went through all my duplicates. I got rid of all the duplicates, because if you go into your iPhone, I know you don't have an iPhone, but if you go into the albums, there's something called duplicates, and you could see, and I had like 20,000 duplicates. I mean, okay, I'm exaggerating, but I had hundreds of duplicates. So I got rid of all the duplicates. So that took me a couple of days. And then I went through my screenshots, because you can see screenshots, and I got rid of like old Facebook screenshots, free cycle screenshots. And now we're on day 25, and I'm running out of pictures to delete. I think I might delete, my kids' baby pictures. Who needs those, right? I mean,
oh, how dare you?
Like, I have this one album called David. Maybe I'll just delete that whole album.
I would probably second that. Yeah, just delete it. Delete.
I still have 6,000 screenshots, so maybe I'll go through them a little closer in the next 5 days. Yeah. What is this? No, I don't know why I saved that. That's garbage. Oh, here's a good one, Dave. Here's a good one.
Well, hang on.
This is...
This week's the good, the bad, and the ugly of Facebook. She promised a good one. Bing!
So this is from one of my annual pass holder groups. Last night, I attended the Halloween party. I had a great time and enjoyed my evening. At midnight, I completed the final ride on Tron and was ready to leave when a lady stopped me and accused me of taking her picture, which was actually a selfie. He was taking a selfie, and she thought he was holding his camera out. She thought he was taking a picture of her. I'm a local and had no reason to take a picture of her, so I refused to show it to her. I had to wait 45 minutes for the police to arrive. During this time, I engaged in pleasant conversation with the police officers. They went through my phone album, including my deleted photos, and eventually the police dismissed the case, and the lady had made herself look foolish. However, I was still concerned and felt the need to speak with security and guest relations to ensure they knew I didn't want any trouble and didn't want to risk being banned from Disney since I'm a local in good standing. Honestly, I could have de-escalated the situation quickly, but the woman's behavior was so irrational that I decided to deliberately waste her time. The park was nearly empty, and I finally left at 1:20, but it was worth it. So here's the thing. You're in a public place. You're in people's pictures. I'm sure we're in people's pictures.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know at TDC, we were all in orange. I mean, we were looking like a big orange wave. We were on YouTube channels. People were sending me links to YouTube that people had been there for their vlogs reviewing Dapper Day. And they were like, oh, look at these orange people. we were. So you can't control if somebody takes your picture.
No, you're in a public place and you have no privacy. Yeah.
You're in public. So I don't think you can not be in people. I don't think people can say I can't be in your picture.
Well, I mean, they could ask, if they ask nicely, I really don't want my picture in there. Is there any way you could delete me out?
Because I'm here with my boyfriend and my husband.
Yeah, well, you never know. I mean, I got this object. It's called Object Eraser on my phone. I can take out people and photos and stuff. Mm-hmm. He could have done that, but I think he just wanted to smack that bee's nest a little bit and see what he could get out.
Yeah, and then he said that. He said I could have just shown her the selfie I took, and she probably would. But he was whatever.
Yeah. Mm.
So anyway, yeah. But I don't know, like. Even if there was a picture of her, I don't know what the police could have done. Yeah,
I don't even know why they went through his phone. I don't even, you know what I mean?
And he didn't have to let them, I don't think, but he did because he didn't want to waste the police officer's time. Although it did kind of waste their time coming out and
Yeah, I don't know. It's just all so silly.
It really is.
I mean, we've actually seen somebody take pictures of females that he shouldn't be taking. Remember that one time?
You know what? I'm still not convinced that he wasn't taking selfies. You can't tell if somebody's taking a selfie or I don't know.
I don't know. I know. I was watching them creeping on them girls. I don't know. It was
Maybe.
Yeah. I would probably be almost 100%. He was taking pictures of them girls.
You got anything?
I have one that I just found, but we may have talked about it before, but I'm going to do it again just because it's just so good. As an annual pass holder, do you go to the parks because you want to or because you have to get your money's worth?
Why would you buy an annual pass if you didn't want to go?
Right. I mean, of course I want to get my money's worth, but I buy an annual pass because I want to go and I want to go. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to worry about it. I just want to be able to go to the parks. And I know I'm going to save money if I go enough, and that's right. A good thing. But no, I go because I want to go. I'm not trying to go as many days as I can to make sure I get that quota, get
my money's worth.
So I don't know. That's what everybody was saying. Now, dude, I go because I want to go. Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Some people are just silly.
I got one more, but it leads us into our topic for the night. So are we ready for that?
Hit me or hit them. Hit everybody.
I have gained a ton of weight since my last trip to Walt Disney World. What should I expect? Without going into it too much, when I went at 21, I was in the best shape of my life. They gave their weight and they were pretty lean. Fast forward to age 30 and I'm married and in the worst shape of my life. They're over 300 pounds. I'm not going to tell you their exact weight, but they're over 300 pounds. My wife is also at her heaviest, pushing 300 pounds. I remember the tons and tons of walking and plenty of food. What about the rides? What about resort accommodations? Are we both too big to fit in one king bed or do we need two queens? Okay, first of all, I don't understand. You don't know what size bed you fit. What are you sleeping at home?
Yeah.
Like a king is a king and a queen is a queen, whether you're at home or you're in a hotel. So I can't tell you what bed you and your wife fit in together, but
yeah, and we can't tell you what ride you might not be able to fit on until you get there. No, because
everybody carries their weight differently. Yeah. And there's actually a Facebook group that I belong to. It's a Facebook group. It's about poo size. Maybe it's plus size. Disney Parks for plus size guests. That's a group that I belong to, and I joined it before Tron opened because if you remember, I was really concerned about whether I'd fit on Tron, and it wound up I had nothing to worry about because I have chicken legs, and the problem with Tron is calves. But they archived this group. Why? Very interesting. So I'm recommending a group that you can't post on anymore. I don't know why it was archived. I don't know what happened, but there are other groups. I'm sure there are other groups on Facebook that specify that are specifically for plus size guests that will tell you, like when with Guardians, I know that a big thing with Guardians is your stomach. So it all depends on your build and where your body mass is. And they talk about when you're gonna get on Guardians, if you have a big belly, you should grab the restraint before you sit down and take the restraint down with you from a standing position rather than trying to put it on once you're seated, because your belly kind of spreads out when you're seated. It just apparently goes down easier. I don't know. That's one of the hints they had. Mm-hmm. And with, Flight of Passage, I remember they always said, scoot all the way as far as you can to the front, leaning as far as you can on the front before they close the back of Flight of Passage. And again, Tron, it really is the calves. It's more the calves than anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, but
yeah, it just depends where you carry your weight exactly on some of these rides.
It really does. So there's no way just from you telling me your height and weight, mm-hmm. whether you're going to fit on something or not, where your weight is carried. So,
right.
but
in other words, we're no help to them. We're just no help to them.
No, right we're not. But they wanted to know if they're going to be able to walk the parks, and I think if you haven't walked the parks, you might not, it might be really hard for you. But I don't know. I always, even when my knee was killing me, I walked the parks, but I think it was because of like a labor of love.
Yeah, that could have something to do with it. Possibly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if worse comes to worse, you can get scooters. And we have talked about this, that if you're staying for multiple days, renting an offsite scooter is the way to go because it's cheaper and you have it for the long walk back to your room at the end of the night. Because the bus stop could be kind of far at the end of the day. How much do you think we actually walk at Disney?
Well, I think we average probably 20 to 30,000 steps a day.
When I look back at I just want to look at TDC. I'm going to go in my health app. No, that's my shopping. All my shopping apps came up. Oh, there's health. I want to see my steps for April. I didn't walk that much at TDC. I only walked.
Let me guess, 8,000 to 12,000 steps.
Yeah, but I'm surprised because 13. Oh, it's here. Oh, wait. I'm surprised on the Saturday of Dapper Day, I only walked 16,000 steps, which is really surprising for me because we walked from the Swan and Dolphin to Epcot. No, I think we took the boat. That might be why we took the boat. But then we walked back. We definitely walked back. I don't know. We walked from the beach club to the Swan Reserve. So I don't know.
Well, that's still a lot of steps, 16,000 steps. That's a considerable amount.
For me at that time in my life, it definitely was. The Thursday of TDC, I walked more though. I walked 25,000. That was the day. That was the day before TDC started. Where was I? I don't know what I was doing. I was at Magic Kingdom that day.
If you haven't gone to Disney in a long time, or you don't go that often, or maybe your first time in years and years and years, or maybe it's your first time, you just don't think about walking so much. That's not on your mind, I don't think. You're thinking about the rides, you're thinking about what you're going to see, and that's probably one of the furthest things from your mind is how many steps I'm going to have to walk when I get there.
Right. Touring Plan says that the average guest walks in excess of 7 miles a day.
Yeah.
Trekking across parking lots, walking from the resort food court back to the room, and of course, making laps around the theme park. Yeah, because I always found that walk from the buses to and from the, I've always stayed at the value hotels. So when I go to Epcot, they pull into that ancillary second parking lot. And I'm always like, please pull into the first parking lot. Please pull into the first parking lot. And they never do. And then the bus stops are always out there, bus stop number 45, and when I stay someplace nice, I'll have bus stop number 2.
Mm-hmm. If you just got up one morning and walked 8 miles, that's a long way.
Yeah.
But I think that when you're in Disney, it's broken up so much because you walk a little bit, you go on a ride. You walk a little bit, you sit down. You go walk a little bit, you go eat. It's so broke up that you don't notice it too much until like the end of the day, it starts to catch up with you.
Day.
Yeah. You start to feel it. And you're like, whoa. We've even wore out our kids and I'm old and I'm telling you, my daughter's 19, her and her boyfriend, they tapped out like midday. Yeah. They're like, okay, we're done. We're out. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh no, I can't do anymore.
Well, it's a well-known fact that Michael doesn't sleep at night. We just had this conversation right before the show started. Michael came in here. Michael went to bed like at 5:30 this morning. We said, and his doctor, Michael's doctor has given us medicine to help him sleep. And he just doesn't sleep. He just does not sleep. When we go to Disney, he goes to sleep. Like that's why I didn't get to go to Yeehaw Bob last G3 because we were having subs and he was passing out. And we're like, I guess I'm not going to Yeehaw Bob. And I missed all the fun.
Yeah. It'll wear you out. It will.
It even wears Michael out. Yeah. And nothing wears Michael out. So,
right. Yeah, if you're not used to it, I consider myself fairly physically fit, but I'm not used to walking 8 miles a day.
Right.
I do other things. So when I go to Disney, it's a lot of walking that I'm not normally used to doing, and it catches up to me. It really does.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're already on a fitness plan, Dave and I wanted to talk about how to stay on your program. If you want to stay on your program, everybody knows I'm doing this program. I'm doing 2 workouts a day. When I go to Disney, I am not going to be doing that. But if I want to do a few workouts while I'm at Disney, I do have that option. And we wanted to talk a little bit about that. And Dave just went on a cruise, and he worked out 3 out of the 4 days on the cruise, I think he said.
Yeah, we went on a 4-day cruise, and we left on a Sunday. And so I got up Sunday morning. I worked out before we left on the cruise. And then I worked out Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, which was kind of our last day, I didn't work out Wednesday. And then we came back that next morning. We were off the boat by 8 o'clock next morning. But I did come home and work out.
So if you were staying at Disney, there's a lot of options for keeping fit. I know, like, all of the value resorts and most of the resorts, actually, the moderates and even most of the deluxes, there are actually like walking paths and running paths. If you're inclined to do that, there's most resorts have them. The only one I could think of that there's nowhere to go is the Contemporary. I don't see how you would run at the Contemporary, but like there's a path between the Poly and the Grand Floridian. I guess you could run around those paths. So the monorail resorts are a little harder, but the Epcot resorts, you could just, run around Crescent Lake. That's actually the path that the TDC 5K was around. It's a 5K. It's a 3.1 mile path that the Swan and Dolphin published, and that I gave that to Tori so she could do that run. I know all of the values have running paths, and all of the moderates have running paths. So if you're inclined to walk or run or jog, there's that. And the deluxe resorts have gyms and fitness centers, except for the Poly. But if you're staying at the Poly, you're allowed to use the Grand Floridian's gym. There's that. There's a really nice gym at the Dolphin too. Yeah, really nice gym. And Coronado Springs is the one moderate that has a gym because it's a convention hotel. And I guess they figure business people want to exercise. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. If you want to stay at a moderate and you still want access to a gym, that Coronado's the place to stay.
And there's a lot you can do in your room too. I'm not running.
Oh yeah.
Or jumping jacks, but push-ups, sit-ups, squats, just body weight squats. You can knock out 50 to 100, and that'll burn your legs up. I don't know if you want to do that before you go walking 3,000 steps or 15,000 steps.
You can knock out 50 to 100 people.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Yeah. I can't, but Dave says you can.
Well, I'm just saying. But there's all kind of things. If there's a will, there's a way. You can find something to do to work out if you really need to work out.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So I've been known to bring some dumbbells with me when we go for extended stays, just to have a little something extra.
Just do a little something in your room.
Yep.
So what about eating? So I talked about when I went, everybody knows I've been doing keto. So if you're on an eating plan, I think that Disney's a great place to go, and where you can stay on your plan if you want to. I was able to do it during the 75. I did buffet. If you go to the buffet, you can pick and choose. There's a lot of good protein options. There's nice salad bars. If and things like that. You could kind of be picky on what you're going to have and keep on your program. And now Dave is just eating meat. So I think you could do a buffet too, probably go to the carving station and just fill up on roast beef.
Well, you can. I mean, it happened to us on the cruise. We weren't too sure how it was going to work out. Mm-hmm. Because, of course, everybody's telling you, oh, you can eat is all you want and have everything. So it actually worked out pretty good. Like they had a taco stand and you tell them what you want on it. And they had shrimp, they had steak, they had chicken. And so I would just get a bowl and I said, just fill me up with all of the protein. And they did.
Okay.
And I had no problem and they had Guy's burgers on the ship.
Oh, okay.
Which were really good. And we would just get the burgers without a bun, no salad, no lettuce or any tomatoes or anything like that. Just the bun, no fries. So that worked out perfectly fine. So Disney, I found, is very, very accommodating for your needs.
They really are. Mm-hmm.
So whatever you're on, whatever diet you're on, if you just tell one of the cast members at the register, they'll probably go get somebody else, but it doesn't take that long and they will accommodate you and your needs.
Yeah. Dave's talking about the quick service. The quick services are also, I think if you go prepared, you look at the menus and you see what the quick service restaurants have, and then you ask if it can be modified for you. And usually it can. That's what I found. Also, keep in mind, if you're cutting calories, Disney doesn't bat an eye if you ask to share a meal. We did that. We've done that a lot where we just share. And a lot of the restaurants will just cut the portion in half in the kitchen and bring you 2 plates. At Disney, that a lot of the restaurants are accustomed to that. So you keep that in mind too. One of my tricks that I do, and it didn't work at Homecoming, when you get this huge plate of food, one of the things you can do as soon as they lay it down in front of you and you look at it and you're like, oh my God, that's a lot of food. You could ask for a to-go box and right away say, I need a to-go box right now. And you cut the portion that you want to eat that, you feel will fit in your plan, and you put the rest in the to-go box. And that way you have it for later if you want it. I know at Disney, a lot of times the stuff we have in to-go boxes winds up getting pitched before we leave the hotel, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, you have it for breakfast the next day or whatever, or at 1:00 in the morning when you get back from the parks. But that's a really great strategy. It didn't work at Homecoming. Our server was overwhelmed and she didn't bring the to-go box till the end of the meal, but I wanted it right then and there so that I didn't eat too much. Turned out there was so much food I couldn't possibly eat too much because I was so full by the time the entree came. But that's another strategy that I use. So especially when it's overwhelming, the portions at Disney. And another thing we do is we share. We share a lot. We do a lot of small plates. We do a lot of lounges. We just order like a bunch of appetizers and just share. Yeah,
you're big on appetizers, and we've kind of fallen right into that same thing. Just eating small little portions, just enough to keep you satisfied. And I do a lot of intermittent fasting. So for me, I can not eat all day and then like 5 or 6, I can eat a big meal and I'm good to go. The thing about this whole staying fit for Disney is we're not saying you have to be like physically fit to go to Disney. It's kind of a be prepared, pace yourself, because when you go to Disney, you're so jazzed to get there and do all this stuff that you could easily burn yourself out on the first day.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to do that. We've learned that from years of doing it, and just pace yourself, because if you've got a 3 or 4 day, 5 day stay there, man, I'm going to tell you, it's going to catch up to you.
Yeah.
So, and if you have to take a rest day, take a rest day.
Also, if you have enough time to plan, maybe start taking a walk, a few times a week, so you can maybe increase your tolerance, your activity tolerance, as we call it in the medical field. Your activity tolerance, you can improve your activity tolerance by increasing your activity in your everyday life, so that when you go to Disney and walk 20,000 steps or 7 miles or whatever, it's not as shocking to your system. You can take it. And if you just can't, and Dave and I have been in positions with our knees that we just can't, there is nothing wrong with a scooter is perfectly fine. If that's what you need to do to enjoy your trip, if that's what you need to do to not be in pain and not be miserable and keep up with your family and friends, It's, you know, our friend Judy tells the story about how she struggled to keep up. And one year she finally just said, that's it. I'm getting a scooter. And now she zips around all of us. And that's wonderful. Michael loves his anti-scoot. So, you know,
Of course.
Just, you know, whatever your comfort level is, do what's best for you and your family. But yeah, so right now, this is the chapter we're at in our lives.
Yeah. I've had to use a scooter. I've had to use a scooter before.
Yeah.
Because my knee was really bad one weekend we went.
Right.
But that's what they're there for. So no use making your injury worse. Some more good advice for you is to learn the parks and how they're laid out so that you can save yourself time from going back and forth. But there's maps when you first walk to all the parks, and you can also do a little research before you go and kind of look at where everything's at, kind of strategize a little bit. Because if you don't know the park, you can do a lot of unwanted walking in a day. And
crisscrossing.
And it will add up. And it's not good, especially if it's hot out and even cold out.
Don't forget to drink your water.
Yeah, just have a plan of attack. You know, you're going to attack that park, but you're going to attack it in a way that's going to be most convenient for you and less walking.
Right. And I'm a big fan of your table service meal midday. Mm-hmm. If you're going to have one table service meal a day, let it be your midday meal, because that's a nice break in the day. It gets you into air conditioning and it gets you off your feet. So have somebody else bring you your food, and you don't have to carry a tray.
I mean, we got a lot of weirdos that we know that like run before they go to Disney in the morning.
We have weirdos that run at Disney.
That's what I mean. They run before they go into the parks. Yeah, they run miles and miles and miles before they go walk their 8 miles in the park.
Yeah.
Complete
and some
weirdos.
of them put on makeup before they do it.
Oh, I just don't understand these people.
We have one friend in particular that her rule is she's got to have her makeup and lipstick on before she runs. God bless her. I love her. Do you put on your makeup before you run, Dave?
I do. I have makeup and hair come in my room, and they take care of me before I go. Yes. And I get my itinerary for the day.
Great.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wonderful. I hear Michael, who is not wearing a shirt.
Oh, he wants to show off his physique.
Yes. Oliver's birthday is October 5th. Yes. Lily's birthday is October 28th. Yes. Hey,
wait, it's September. She shouldn't be in October already.
He's skipping September.
Wow.
What do you want to write on the 6th? I don't know what's happening on October 6th. I don't know what that was nice. He burped. That was good. I don't know what you want me to write. Okay.
May you spell chocolate? Hello?
What do you want me to spell?
Says that may you spell shopping, please.
Oh, shopping? I don't know if you're shopping that day. Did you get the October calendar yet?
Yes.
Let me see the October calendar where it says shopping on the 6th. I'm not going to write on your calendar, because if it doesn't happen on the 6th, you're going to get mad and you're going to get upset. So I want to see where it says you're going shopping on the 6th, because I don't want you to get upset if you're not.
Fine.
What's happening in September? What's happening on Tuesday? That's October. What's happening next Tuesday? You know? He doesn't even have September here. He's got this. This calendar is in 4 pieces.
Oh, geez.
Yep. That's January. That already happened, dude. Yep. All right. Let me and Uncle Dave finish, okay? Oh, there's September. What's happening on Tuesday, Mike? What's happening on Tuesday? Whose birthday?
Dave.
Oh, Dave. It's Dave's birthday on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. All right.
So is that no October?
Yeah, it's a no in October until I get the October calendar from your program, okay? All right. Go talk to Dad, and I'll be there shortly. We're almost done. All right?
Fine.
Are you going to see your friends at Walt Disney World at the Halloween party?
Fine.
He's not that excited.
Fine.
Yeah, he doesn't want to walk 8 miles. That's why.
After the shopping, after calendar, may you spell my Andre, may you spell my B-Day, please.
Absolutely. On January, on your new calendar, I will write your birthday.
And zippity-doo.
Is that where you want to go, Magic Kingdom, for your birthday this year?
Yes.
Okay. We will go to Magic Kingdom for your birthday this year.
Thanks.
All right,
Thanks.
cool. All right.
Thanks, Flushing.
You're welcome, but there's no more Zippity Doo-Dah, you know.
Why?
You know, it's closed.
No!
All right, come on. Go ahead. Me and Uncle Dave got to finish.
Look.
He said, look, like this, with his, like, what?
Well, let's finish shopping. Last Friday, you said.
Yeah, well, you slept.
Last Friday, you said.
Yeah, that was today. Can you go? Come on.
Okay.
I'm calling Dad. That's it. We're done.
So, how's my really?
What?
How's my really?
The Halloween dance is on the 20th? Okay.
Yes. So, is that enough for shopping?
Bye, Mike. That was Michael's 3 minutes. So anyway, yeah. So I'm looking forward to going to Disney. I got to be honest with you. You guys, I've been talking for months about the fact that I'm doing keto, but you will see me eating some non-keto things because I have decided that weekend I'm going to give myself some grace. And then when I get home, I'll get right back on. And that's what I did at TDC. I had been doing keto since March, and that weekend of TDC, I said, I'm going to have what I want to have. You know what? I didn't go as crazy as I thought I was going to go. We went to Beaches and Cream, and Michael and I shared a No Way Jose, and I just ate like 2 spoonfuls of it. So it wasn't, I didn't just go crazy like I thought, but I did give myself that. I told myself, I'm going to enjoy myself for this weekend. And when I get home, I'm going to get back on. And that's exactly what I did. And I don't know that I could have done that a few years ago, that I could have just jumped off and jumped back on. Mm-hmm. I'm in a different place right now mentally where I have been able to. So, and I did it again this past August. We went to my mother's, had a birthday, and we spent 3 days at my sister's house. And I didn't deprive myself. I had a small piece of her birthday cake. And then as soon as we got home, I got right back on. And so I am pretty confident that I can do this for G3. I think I can have what I want to have, including alcohol, which I haven't had in a long time. And then when I come home, back on program. And that's...
Well, look, you're
what I got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Wait a minute.
What's it? Master China, please. Was that yes or no?
No.
So is it no?
It's a no.
So is it shopping? Why?
Because I haven't gotten your calendar yet for October.
Or something else?
Oh, he put a shirt on. He went out and put a shirt on.
Oh, just for
So is it no for shopping? Why?
Because.
Hello?
Can you get this kid?
I didn't know he was out there.
Yeah, he's out here with a calendar and a pen.
Go get Michael out there. He's in his house.
So is that a no for shopping?
Yeah, it's a no for shopping.
Oh,
Fine.
Michael.
All right. Okay. Go see Dad.
It's a no. It's a no. Fine. It's a no. Fine. It's a no. It's a no. Fine.
Oh, that was great.
Well, I was going to say...
So, Rich, speaking of Rich, wait a minute, Dave. There's breaking news.
Ooh, breaking news.
Richard might come to G3. Not to the parks. Don't get excited. But he might come to he might be there on property. And a select few people may get to actually have a Rich sighting.
Wow. That's breaking news, all right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not 100% yet.
Okay, well, don't push him. Just let him decide what he wants to do, and that would be awesome if he does come.
So we'll see.
What I was going to say a minute ago is that you are the captain of your own ship here. You're the producer. You're the director, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So you just have to make up your mind. Like on the cruise, I thought I was going to have a problem on the cruise, and I'm doing a carnivore diet. Did some research on this diet. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, and all I can say is that the benefits that I'm feeling in my gut, in my knees, all the arthritis I have in my knees. Yeah. Okay, it's time. You got to get your knee replaced. And I wasn't ready. I'm like, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. but I was having a hard time in the parks walking. So I did some research, did this diet, and I'm going to tell you that my knee is 80% better.
Wow.
Never would have believed it. I still have little twinges here and there, but
Yeah.
the benefits of this diet for me, it just worked. And that's all I can say. It just worked for me. So I don't want to mess that up. When I went on the cruise, I had maybe a quarter of a cup of ice cream, and that was it. But other than that, I was a big bread guy, pizza. I did a lot of that stuff, and I've taken that all out of my diet, and my gut's better. For me, when I go to Disney, I just can't afford. I don't want to mess anything up. Now, I have been trying to introduce little things here and there. I've introduced avocados back in my diet, and that's what they say to do, that to slowly introduce certain things back in your diet, then you'll find out which one is the one that's causing you the problem.
Inflammatory.
Right.
What causes inflammation in your body?
Right. Really, that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's really the only thing I've introduced back into my diet is avocados, just because I love them so much.
Yeah, I like avocados too. So,
but
I usually have half of one with breakfast.
Yeah, but the advice that Tony Ann just gave a while ago is, if you get a trip coming up, start walking a little bit more. You know, maybe do some exercises or whatever, just to kind of get ready for it. And you'll be surprised.
Build your endurance up.
You'll be surprised how much it will help you. Especially now. Well, now it's a little bit better because now most of the trams are back. But geez, Louise, no trams.
And, the thing that really, I was in so much pain. I was in so much pain last year. I couldn't imagine how my knee would feel right now. I have no knee pain right now. I lived, there was never a time when I didn't have knee. My knee was excruciating, the pain. And I've had no knee pain.
Yeah. See, that's crazy. I would say that 80% of it is your diet. Now, exercise is good because it's going to help you build endurance, your muscle. So it all goes together.
You got to find what works for you, because everybody's different. But
everybody's different. That's right. And we like different.
That's right. We love different. So anyway, Dave, I'm going to splurge at Disney and you're not.
Well, no. Well, I might have something that's not really on my diet, but I just don't think I need to at this point.
That's fine.
I think because I'm feeling so good right now, I just don't want to mess it up. I've had some gut problems and some other things too, along with my arthritis. And like you, the pain, I couldn't sleep at night. I was in constant pain, and that's all gone away. And I'm not going to chance it.
It's amazing.
I just don't want to chance it anymore. So all I can say is dedication and consistency. You just, those two things, and just, if you can stick to it, go for it.
All right.
Yep.
Well, we're going to stick to it. But we are going to see our friends at Disney. We're going to be doing a lot of walking and a lot of eating, some of us. And we are
and drinking.
Just try to, and we're going to do some drinking.
Oh, another thing is Uncle Dave's water out there. And I'm a pretty big, not a big drinker, but I drink probably way more than I should. And I have probably cut my alcohol consumption, I'm going to say probably 70 to 80%.
That's great.
So that's another benefit. Yeah. But you'll see Uncle Dave's water. You will see
Uncle Dave's water will. So Dave, I did want to let you know. So one of the things we're doing is Saturday night, we're going to Jelly Rolls, which is a dueling piano bar. And our friend Wendy Fox has already advised us that the drinks at Jelly Rolls are not very good and are very expensive. So she said, we just drank ginger ale all night. I think, I'm not advising people bring Uncle Dave's water to Jelly Rolls because we might get kicked out, but it's on you. It's on you if you want to risk it. But yeah, you might be drinking ginger ale at Jelly Rolls.
What are you trying to say, Diane?
I don't know how dark it is in there if the staff would see you pouring from a water bottle.
You got nothing to worry about. I'm going to have a little kiosk right outside Jelly Rolls with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and Uncle Dave's water.
Okay.
So you'll be good to go.
All right, Dave. Well, thank you so much. And we will see you next week. We have more fun. I think we're going to talk about the dining plan next week, the dining plans that start January 9th.
That will be the 1st of October.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about dining plan.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Dave?
Okay, I guess that's going to do it for this week's Disney Crush podcast. So until next week, stay fit. Cheese
What did I
bags.
say?
What, you had another one little
I thought
saying?
I had
you know?
another tagline. I said we were going to say every week now.
Oh, what was it?
I don't remember.
Oh, that was a good one too.
I know.
She hate that.
Oh, party on, dude. Be excellent to each other.
Excellent. Party time.
That's Wayne's World.
Oh, that's right.
Be excellent to each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
be excellent to each other.
That's right. Abraham Lincoln, right? And party on, dudes.